Monday's morning's full of tricks. Taco Tuesday never skips. Mexican Iron Man in his cape looks out the window, Mike escapes. Like the fires in Valhalla's hall, skull and tuck and roll. Burn it down and keep it bright. Fires burning through the night. Mischief's here and tacos too. Iron Man, his balls are so blue. Valhalla's flames, they're burning you. Running wild in morning's glare. Secret women give Mike stares. Heroes rise and myths unfold. Mike's secrets never told. Keep the legends burning bright. Mischief dancing in the light. Raise your glass and toast with me to the tacos with Mikey. Mischief's here and tacos too. Iron Man with no say cuckoo. Valhalla's flames, they're burning bright. Raise your horns and fight the fight. Mexican Iron Man, he jumps so high, through the window in the sky, chasing dreams beyond the stars. He's got speed, he goes far. Mike like moves with no surprise. Husband chases with fire.
He is a man of the people.
He should have been canceled. I was out of my mind back then and high on drugs. Okay, I snorted.
He has solutions, both domestic.
If Mags is the first lady, if you think we're ever going to make it from the West Wing residence actually to the Oval Office, and we're not even going to make it 100 yards. Are you kidding? Good luck. Good luck. You kidding? I'm going to post Secret Service upside the door and I say, I don't care if a nuclear bomb goes off.
And abroad.
Okay? I'm going to use my money to rent out the top floor of the highest building in Dubai. And we're going to launch a new program. We're going to buy plane tickets for all these university protesters. We're going to fly them to Dubai for an all-expense-paid trip. And we're going to start a new program called Window Jumping for Palestine.
A vote for Mexican Iron Man is a vote for someone.
Mexican Iron Man is launching the Smoking Hot Cutie Pie Conservative Women Initiative to Save America program.
Mex we can.
More sarcastic and funny and basically stupid than a Mexican running for fucking president.
Fiery eyes, every corner, every turn. For
Yeah!
love he'll always
Pick it
yearn.
up. Fire up the grill.
Iron Man flying free.
Get the tacos ready.
Window jumping with
Warm the
great
burrito
glee.
buns.
Mike escapes, he finds a way.
Fire up the guac.
In this game,
Get
he's
the hot
here to
sauce
stay.
ready.
Every town and every street, sneaky steps and
Welcome
stealthy
to
feet.
Taco Tuesday here on Mornings of Mischief. Good morning, everybody.
Hearts are racing.
How are you all doing this morning?
Mexican Iron Man.
Who do we got in the house? Who do we got
In
here?
his heart,
Go
he
back,
feels the
TJC. What's up, brother?
Adventures
Good
call
morning.
him
How are
every
you
night.
doing? Walter
With moves, he finds his
Tomascu.
flight.
What is up?
Freedom rings in the
Jill
midnight
Powers,
hue.
the River
Husband
Daughter.
chases,
What
but
is
he
up? Good
flew.
morning. Good morning,
Mike
Jill.
escapes through wind and song.
Project
In this
Cambrian.
game,
Good
he can't
morning,
go
sir.
wrong.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody out there? Oh my God, it started over. No, we're not starting it over. We're not starting it over. We're not listening to that. All that again. Good morning. Ghost Rider, what is up? What is up, Ghost Rider? Good morning, my friend. How are you doing? Snorted Poopus Cuber, my favorite polar bear on YouTube. Good morning, sir. He says burrito buns. That sounds like a condition caused by eating too many burritos. And guac. And hot sauce. The little penguin sheriff Punkwaddle is here. Why is my razor stuff going off? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? Do I have to check my audio to make sure I'm still connected? Yes, I am. All right. Good Lord. I'm like right in the middle of the opening of the show. And my control center for my microphone and stuff comes up and I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa there. Whoa. What are you doing? Do not take control over my microphone and my camera and all of that. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Ironcaster, what's up, brother? Good morning. Catch Ironcaster over on Pops later today at 4:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. The Ironcaster will be over with the Pops guy and the Squeak of the Mouse, and we will be talking about a movie later today as we go about our day over on Talk Hard. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, go and watch Talk Hard with Ironcaster, Pops, and Squeak a Mouse, the little mouse. What's the real reason for TDS, Loki? Break it down. He was one of them, dude. It's that simple. He was one of them. He was one of them. He dared to step up and go, you know what? I'm gonna do this. Has anybody seen that interview he did back in the 90s where they talked to him about politics? Where he was like, oh no, I don't want to do that. And they were like, why don't you want to be in politics? He goes, well, I've got friends and I've got people that I like, and those friends and those people that I like, they might not like me very much if I were to get into it. So he knew. Do you know how many people he had to deal with over the years? Do you know how much regulation, how much red tape, how much crap he had to cut through to get things done? He knew, Cotton. They are not going to like this. They're going to look at me jumping into their pond and they're going to go, no, absolutely not. That is the problem. That is the problem. How many of you have heard, oh, just be in politics and get into politics? If you're that passionate about it, get into it. What if the game's been so rigged that they only let in the people they want to let in? And anyone else, anyone that tries, anyone that attempts, anyone that walks up to the door. Oh, you think you can be one of us? Yahtzee. Oh, we don't let him in. That's Yahtzee. No, bad guy. Nope, don't let him in. And why? Because they have one knife behind their back and they have the other hand out asking for money. Give us money. Money. Who does that sound like? Who else has got a knife behind their back and has their hand out going, money? And that's right. Exactly. Ironcaster. Trump gave a centralized voice to the dissident populist masses that were so easy to spread wide with distractions. And I want to tell you something. You're not going to hear the end of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who wins next month. You're not going to hear the end of it. Not for another 4 years. Some people say if Trump doesn't win, that's it. The game's over. Yada, yada, yada. You're going to have decades of this same nonsense going on and carrying on. Look, do you think that even if he wins, they're just going to pack up their bags and go home? And they're going to stop all this nonsense? No, it will continue. It will always continue. He has been labeled a disturber of the peace. He has been labeled by these people and told he is a horrible person. Now, whatever Trump did, business-wise, not really any of my business. He's a businessman. If he broke the law, show me where he broke the law. Show me where people got hurt. Show me where people lost out. Show me. By him breaking the law. Now they want to go up on this whole thing in New York where, oh, well, he got a loan because he did this and that and the other. By their very own admission, everyone does exactly what he did. And no one's ever been tried for it. Nobody has ever been taken to court for it. Because there's no victim. The bank made him a loan. He paid the loan back. And let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to get a credit card? Have you ever tried to get a credit card and you go, you know what? I'll pump that yearly earning up a little bit, just a little bit. I'll pump that yearly earning just a little bit. See if I can get some extra credit. Blah, 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 whatever. No one's ever done that in your entire life. You've never been like, yeah, I'll fib a little bit on the app and on the application. Yeah, I make this instead of this. All of them have to go and pay millions of dollars to recoup credit companies? I don't think so. And it's not going to stop. He's going to have his hands full trying to do the things that he said he's going to do. All the while being constantly attacked and blamed for everything. This is what's going to happen. Okay, I understand everybody's like, oh, we can just win. We can just get him in there. That's just step one. Step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all come along after he wins. That's all going to happen after. There will be no catch your breath. There will be no you succeeded, yeah, let's celebrate. Because it's going to be 4 years of fighting the system that absolutely hates the man. Why does it hate the man? Because he used to be these people's donors. He used to give money. He used to go along with it all. He was a huge Democratic supporter. That's why this hit them so hard out of left field. You used to be one of us. And now you dare step up and try and take the limelight away from us. How dare you? So they want to cull him from the herd and separate him and leave him out in the wilderness to die. Can you imagine? Okay, just picture this. This is the biggest thing that has blown me away with all of this. They have literally rewritten history to try and ruin a guy's life because he beat a woman at something. He beat a woman at something. Well, guess what? Dems, you got men beating women every day in sports and you don't give a shit about that. You don't care about that. Why should this be so important to you? Why should this be such a big deal? Oh, because of her. Right? Because of her. And then they bring the Kamala Allah in at the last minute. And they're like, we'll do a hot swap last minute. Nobody has to vote for her. We'll just put her in. We'll just activate her. And she can go after him. Well, guess what? That hasn't worked out as well as you thought. You thought it'd be all wrapped up, be all done. It was her turn. It's funny how it works like that. Let's go back in time a little bit. Let's go back 8 years. Does nobody remember her saying it was her turn? Does nobody remember saying that the election was rigged? Does nobody remember her saying that everything should be recounted and that it was cheated? Isn't that blasphemy to them? I'm just asking. Isn't that blasphemy to say that it was rigged, that something was wrong, that this person won instead of this person? Isn't that a bad thing? I mean, she went on for years. It didn't stop for 4 years. The entire 4 years that he was in office, she did nothing but bitch and complain and moan that it was her time and that she should have won and that how dare he step in and cock block her out of the White House. Explain that. You can't. Everything they've tried to use against one guy, one single guy, has done more to show everyone what they are all about than anything ever could. I grew up the black sheep of the family. Loki, are you saying what I think you're saying? I wasn't a Democrat, but I wasn't a Republican either. I was some weird amalgamation of I'm going to vote for who I think is going to do the best job. Isn't that what we are supposed to do? Is that not what we are supposed to do? I think this person is going to do the best job. So what did I do? I voted for the person that I thought was going to do the best job. I voted for Bush Jr., Bushy, twice. I voted for Obama once. I did. I thought he was going to bring people together. I really did. I thought that was the whole point. He's like, change, you can believe it. We're selling out auditoriums. We're selling out stadiums. We're doing this and that, just like somebody else is doing right now. Like Madison Square Garden. Every few generations you see it and you're like, oh my God, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Look at the craziness of it all. I really thought he would. I really did. I'm not kidding. And it just put a huge gap and separated everybody. Instead of, hey, you know what? We're all human beings. We all do things. We all make mistakes. It's how we survive that. Let's stand up and stand together, because we can accomplish so much more together than we can separated. I really thought that's the way it was going to go. I was wrong. Why? Because people have their own interests and their own bullshit and their own things they want to do and their own legacy that they want to leave. Look at the legacy. Look at the legacy we got now. Oh, hey, Jack. Ice cream. Oh, little girl hair. Ice cream. I'm sorry. I don't give a shit who you are. If an old skeezy man comes up and he's like, oh, I'm going to be like, no. No, we're not doing that. I don't give a shit who it is. No, no, we're not doing that. Some people would be like, oh, what about the other one, Loki? What about TDS guy, Orange Man Bad? He went up and grabbed a girl by the hoochie. He said he would walk up and grab a chick. Did you see him do it? Well, it's the same thing. No, did you see him do it? Did you see him walk up and grab a woman by the hooch? Huh? Did you? Have you seen Biden walk up to a little kid and be like, oh, and you're like, what the fuck? But hey, it's ignored. No one reports it. As long as you're on that side of the table, no one reports it. No one's going to report you. This is the way it's going to go down. Ladies and gentlemen, you're either going to have someone go into office that they absolutely, positively will not stop talking about, or you're going to have someone that they absolutely don't want to talk about. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. Oh, we're not going to bring that up. Oh, we're not going to expose that. Oh, we're not going to report this. Oh, we're not going to investigate this. Or they're going to have someone under a microscope. I leave it to you to guess who those two people are going to be and which role they're going to play. It's really simple. One guy, they will keep under the microscope for 4 years. Everything he said will be controversial. They will hit you with it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for the next 4 years. Everything's going to
Trump. He was walking to the helicopter when he looked at a reporter with a stern face. Oh my God, the world is ending. Today we went to war with our good friends in overseas, in the Middle East. You know the ones. I'm not going to say the name because God help me, they'll shut me down. And it's not her fault. It has nothing to do with her.
This was from 2 administrations ago. They screwed it up. They screwed it up. It's their fault. That's what you're going to hear over the next 4 years. You're either going to hear people shrieking and saying, how dare he? Or you're going to hear people quiet as a church mouse, not saying anything and making excuses for a woman that does not belong where she is. Loki, did you actually just say that? Give me Tulsi Gabbard. Oh, you're just an excess, Loki. Give me Tulsi Gabbard. I'll vote for her right now. I'll go and vote for her for president right now. But I guess she just became a Republican? No, because she whooped that bitch's ass the last time she saw her. What do you think Kamala Allah is so afraid of? When Tulsi comes out there and she's like, bitch, I got you. I blew you out of the water last time. Let's go again. This is what I hope. This is what I hope. And this is, if I can see into the future, this is what I hope. Vance and Trump win. Spend the next 4 years fighting the system. Fight the good fight. The American people see they're fighting the good fight, even though they're getting absolutely the hell beat out of them by the press, because we all know who owns the press. And Vance takes over next term with Tulsi as his running mate. And after that, she runs for president. I'd be totally behind that. 12 years. 12 years. Give it to her. I'd totally vote for her. So it has nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman. It has to do with the fact that she is about as smart as a bag of rocks. Gloria is the best thing to ever happen to the dinosaur media because people were changing the channel. People are tired of this shit. I mean, I almost didn't want to do this. I was like, should I even like jump into this? But it's Tuesday and I said, screw it. We've talked about all kinds of shit on Tuesday before. We've talked about politics before. We've talked about all this stuff before. Go back and watch that interview from Trump with the 90s. Go check it out. Where he's talking to 60 Minutes. And he's like, I'm happy with the way things are. I don't think I'm going to run for politics. Why? Because he knew what would happen. There's only one thing that is more cutthroat than building buildings in New York. Putting up buildings, putting up skyscrapers, putting up hotels. And that's dealing with the government, who does not want you in their private little club. And if they won't take a billionaire in their little club, what makes you think you're welcome? You answer me that. Chat, you tell me, what makes you think you're welcome in their little country club? If a guy like that, who's been their buddy, their pal, their money man, their everything, for decades. We're not just talking about like, oh, I'm your friend and then I'm running. No, he was there for decades. He donated to them for decades. He worked with them for decades. And then boom, you're the enemy. And we're going to make sure everyone sees you as the worst enemy. First, it was the collusion, the hoax. Then it was the laptop. Oh, they made it up. They fabricated it. It's just a plant. It's disinformation. He's working with the Rusties. He's blah, blah, blah. All of this shit. If they will lie to you about one dude that stepped a toe in their world, what do you think they're going to do if you step your foot in that world? Go watch The View back when they were all hugging and kissing Trump. That's right. That's right. Go back and watch The View. Go back and look at Whoopi. Oh my God, I just love you, Mr. Trump. When Bubba Wawa was encouraging him to run for president. You know what changed? He didn't wait for her turn to be over. He didn't wait for her turn to be over. He said, you know what? I'm just going to run. And if I've got to run as a Republican, well, Loki, why did he run as a Republican? Why did he do that? Because the Clintons bought the DNC. What do you mean they bought it? I mean they own it. The DNC does what the Clintons want. The Clintons bought the Democratic National Convention. The Clintons bought and paid for the DNC. She was going to be president. There was no ifs, there was no buts, there was no buts. Barack came out of nowhere and screwed up her first plan, and she couldn't openly hate him in public. I think she's the one responsible for the Mike memes, the big Mike memes. Personally, I think she put out a contract, and that's how all that started in the first place. Because she was pissed. She didn't get the nod to go up. So what did she do? She said, "Daddy, I think we're going to buy the DNC." And they went and bought the DNC. I think we're going to buy the DNC, and I think we're going to decide for ourselves who the next president's going to be. And it didn't work out. Why didn't it work out? Because of all of you. Because all of you said, anybody but that bitch. Anybody but her. And Trump was like, hey, you know what? I say you're fired. You know, the New Yorker's here, and he's kicking ass and taking names. And, you know, I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people. I tell them to come all the time. Come to Trump. Trump's your Voldemort. There you go. TDS at its finest. 10 billion missing from Haitian earthquake relief. 3 million wedding for Chelsea, where Ghislaine Maxwell was a guest. 90% of the Clinton Foundation goes to exec salaries. Watch Clinton cash. Watch the money. If you want to know what's going on, watch the money. Jill makes a wonderful point. Watch where the money is going. Not until Obama's second term was almost over, he was a huge thorn in her side in his 8 years as pres. He wasn't drinking the Kool-Aid anymore. He knew. You're supposed to be bringing people together. This has been your mission statement, is bring people together. And what are you doing? Everybody's supposed to be able to live the American dream. Not just these people, not just that people, but everybody should do it. And then it was the whole world can come. That's what we've dealt with for the last 4 years, is to let the whole world come. And we'll just take care of everybody. Does nobody remember what happened in Miami when Cuba let everyone out of jail? Has nobody seen Scarface? Is that why? Is that what's wrong here? Has no one seen Scarface? Go watch Scarface with Al Pacino. Go watch Scarface and look at what they did. Castro had the best idea in the world. You can't say no. You can't say no. They're refugees. You got to take them, right? Yeah, well, yeah, we're America. Okay. Empty out all the prisons. Let all the killers, the people that take other people without their permission, let them rapists, let them all out. Let them all out and send them over there. Brilliant. And what did they do? They kept them in little tent favelas underneath freeways until they all got out and just went their own way and did whatever they wanted to do. Why is that such a good movie? Because it actually happened. Now, were there good people? Yes. There were people that had never been in prison. There were people that were just political refugees that just wanted to go. But there was also hardcore convicts, criminals, thieves, killers that were let out with them. Let them all go over there. Did we pay no attention to that? Why didn't we pay attention to that? Because it's almost an ist. They've made it to where it's an ist to even bring it up. You're bad. You're a horrible person. You're Yahtzee if you even bring this up. Pops, by the way, further Yahtzee rallies at MSG will star Cyndi Lauper, Duran Duran, and of course, those evil Knickerbockers. Imagine saying that any event that's ever been held at Madison Square Garden is evil and Yahtzee because back in the 40s, the Yahtzees showed up and were in Madison Square Garden. How deranged do you have to be It's good bringing that up. Thank you very much, Pops, for bringing that up. How deranged do you have to be to think that, well, they held a thing there back in the 40s, so anybody who's ever held anything there is a Yahtzee. That's crazy. 1939. Thank you very much, Asaj Melody. Knowing the dates. Thank you, brother. 1939. I'm waiting. They're all bad. How many times did you go see wrestling in the garden? Twice. Does that make me an evil Yahtzee because I went and saw wrestling in the garden? Does it make you evil that one time you saw a basketball game in the garden? How flipping crazy do you have to be? Do you know that Bill Clinton got his inauguration nod at Madison Square Garden? Do they not remember this? Exactly. Jill. They're so wrapped up in pointing their fingers and saying, you are this, that they pay no attention to what real people are going through. They don't care what you're going through. They don't care what you're dealing with. The American Nazi Party was a thing back in the late 20s, 30s until World War II started. Yeah. Is that what we need? Another WW to get these dumbasses to realize what they're asking for? Yeah, good luck with that. Pop says, did you mention that Kamala's team wanted to dictate terms to Rogan? Him travel to her, only do 1 hour, and he told her to pound sand. That's the talk hard move. That's right. That's right. Loki, do you know how popular you could be if you did like one of these interviews? I'm not going to sell out. I'm not going to sell myself. There is no price tag big enough to take away my morals, no. And there's a bunch of people who would. They will go to the rallies. They will do anything. They would get down on their knees and go to work just to get 5 minutes because that's how they want to be popular. I want to be popular by doing this. I'm sure you do. There are standards. There are lines I'm not going to cross. That's my choice. Your choice is to figure your own shit out and go and vote for who you think is going to be the best, not who everybody tells you to. I got told, first time I ever went to vote, I got told, this is how you're voting, son, straight party ticket, da-da-da. I said, no. Oh, yeah, you just go in there and click that one little line, straight party ticket. No. What the hell are you talking about, boy? I'm going to vote for who I think is going to do the best job. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle they're on. I can't exist anymore. As a political, in the political world, I cannot exist anymore. So guess what? One side's got me. Why does one side have me? Because the other side says if I'm not down with all this tomfoolery, shenanigans, and bullshit, I'm a bad person. It's funny how that works. You want me to agree to lady boys and girl sports. You want me to agree with all the bullshit that you're throwing out there. You want me to agree with the attacks and the Yahtzees and the phobes and this and all that other bullshit. And if I'm like, you know what, I'm not really down with any of that because of this, then I'm the enemy and I'm one of them. Well, guess what? You pushed me. And I think a lot of people feel the same way. Daryl the Derelict feels the same way. I'm the same way, Loki. It's called the American Bun Party, and it was disbanded after Pearl Harbor. I can imagine. Everybody I don't like is Yahtzee. That's right. They're panicking. The October surprise is just trying to call Trump a Yahtzee again. How is that going to work? How is that going to work? Where is the policy that's different from the other guy? They're so afraid of offending not only their constituents, but themselves, each other. They're so afraid of offending somebody that they put themselves in a horrible corner that they can't get out of. They're stuck there. Because they can't go, listen, Joe made mistakes and Joe did this and Joe did that. I'm different. I'm doing this. How many times have you heard her say that? How many times have you heard her say, I am different. I'm going to do this and this. I've been trying to get this, but I'm in the situation room. He didn't want to listen to me. He didn't want to listen to my. Never once has she said, I tried to push for this and I got overruled. At least that I can respect. Hey, I tried to do this. I tried. This is it. I'm trying to tell people this is what we need to do, but I got overruled and I didn't agree with it. At least then you can go, I tried to do as much as I could while I was there with what power I had for you guys, not for myself, not for this guy, not for anybody else. Instead, we all knew puppet. For 4 years, it's been puppet and border czar and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but no, you were in for a penny, in for a pound with all this. You were there from day one. Grinning and laughing. Grinning and laughing. So what have you done to change things while you have had the opportunity to do that? Well, I haven't really had the opportunity. Yes, you have. Yes, you have. And you could have spoke up. You could have said something. Do you know what it is? It's complicit. Complicity through inaction. She's just as responsible for things being the way they are right now as he is. They don't want you to know that, and they don't want you to see that, and they don't want you to hear that. Because that's bad. That means she's been right there with him. They knew, my God, they knew he was like, I'm eating ice cream, Jack. Mr. President, we just found out that North Korea has launched ballistic ICBM, blah, blah, blah. I'm eating ice cream, Jack. Maybe later. Maybe when I feel better after I eat my ice cream. I mean, shit. What more do you need? They lied. They lied to you for years. They lied to you for years. They lied to you before. They lied to you during the election the last time. They literally got caught making shit up to lie to you. The Russian collusion, bullshit, made up, steal dossier. They made shit up and lied to you. The laptop, they made shit up to make you believe that the other side made shit up. All the stuff that's going on. The last 4 years, I'll eat my ice cream, Jack. Yes, he is a potato. He is a potato. A potate. There's nothing left to clean his chronometers. This is that's the most sad thing is they kept him there and they pushed him. And as soon as he wasn't useful for them anymore, just like somebody else we know, which may be why he's wearing the red hat every once in a while. Why he comes out in the red hat and he's like, hey, Jack, I got my ice cream. I know who I'm voting for. And you're like, what in the hell is going on? Because they did the exact same thing to Trump. You're not useful to us anymore. We're not going to be getting money from you. So you're the enemy. They suppressed, yes, the laptop. And they're still on the air and they're still telling you you should be ashamed for even thinking about voting for somebody. They have the effing gall to tell you you should be ashamed because you think this person's better than this person over here. How dare you? It's time for equality. It's time for women. It's time for ladyboy. It's time for blah, blah, blah. Don't you know what time it is? I think it's time people put your bullshit away and stopped with all this nonsense. That's what time I think it is. I am sick and tired of being pushed over the edge and going, you know what? You've got people that are like, you know what? It was just a joke. Calm the fuck down. You've got people that are like, oh my God, how dare you open your mouth and say his name? You've got people that are like, you know what? We just want to chew bubblegum and kick ass. I'm sorry. The choice is clear, at least for me. Why? Because I know one side isn't going to cancel me for the color of my skin. It's funny. I was on with Paulie, who popped in and said, I'm up earlier. I don't know if he's still here or not, but he was here a minute ago. I was on the air with Paulie last night, and Mike was like, you know, the whitest white guy. And he said something about me being white. I said, technically, it's American Indian. But why do I need to differentiate that? Why can't I just be an American? I'm just an American. I was born here. I was raised here. Doesn't matter whether I'm white. Doesn't matter whether I'm black. Doesn't matter whether I'm Chinese. Doesn't matter whether I am Irish, which I am part Irish. Thank you. I'm like the mud of all mutts because my dad was Italian, American Indian. My mother was Irish, German, Jew. So it's like, yeah, throw all the pissed off people in there and then throw some liquor in there for good effect and see what happens. Most of us are, if not all of us. There is no, oh, well, we're 19 generations of Irish, blah, blah, blah. Pure, nobody. Maybe the Royals, but look how well that turned out. Look how well they get along. Everybody is a mutt nowadays. Every single person. We've all got multi-generational history from different places. We are all Heinz. Yes, Heinz 57s. That's what we all are. All of us. So this whole thing, this whole race baiting BS, this whole black, white, orange, brown, blah, 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 it's all BS. It's all to push their narrative, which means, again, they are lying to you. They are lying to you and making this about, well, it's time that these people, you know what's funny? After the whole thing, the Puerto Rico thing, that Paulie was talking about this last night on Latino Slant. After all that, Harris comes out with a thing saying, I'm going to have this initiative for Puerto Rico. I'm going to have this for younger people to get jobs, better jobs, and we're going to modernize your island. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm going to modernize your island. That means we're going to take all your rich diversity. We're going to take all your history. We're going to take everything that makes you guys you. And we're going to take that away. And we're going to put modern bullshit buildings in its place. And erase your history. And you will worship us as your new overlords. That's what that fucking sounds like. What happened? What happened to the group that was like, hey, let them be them? How many of you have heard over the past couple of days the shit that's going on in Japan? Because we are saying you have to be like this. You can't do this. You can't create this. You can't draw this. You can't shop this. If it's not this way, if it's not the American way, you can't make it. Bitch, last time I heard, Japan is in charge of Japan, not the US. The US isn't in charge of Japan. Japan is in charge of Japan. And if the Japanese people want to make sexy girl games, that's their choice. When you hear someone representing Japan saying, we can't make shit because we are told that it won't sell in America if we make this, so they're just not even going to let us, that's a problem. That's a problem. Why? Because you were changing their culture and their own diversity to adhere to your morals and your rules. Wow. Wow. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? You have to bend down to our morals. And even then, we're not going to let you do the art and be the people you want to be. You've got to follow our moral code and our rules and do what we tell you to do if you want to be a part of the bigger community. Huh. What does that sound like? That does not sound like the all open arms. We represent everyone. Come on in, have a cup of coffee. That sounds like a threat. Like either you're with us or you're against us. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, only Sith deal in absolutes. And that is one of the biggest things I got from hanging out with Paulie and them last night was just listen to what they say. Just take a minute and listen to what they say. Seriously, I know you probably don't want to. Oh, Loki, I don't want to listen to Kamala be Kamala la 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 la. I'm sure you don't. Go back and listen to what they say. Go back and listen to what she said about Puerto Rico. Go back and listen to what they've said every 5 minutes. Go back and listen to how she said the other day that they are the ones that are going to protect your 2A rights. They're the ones who's going to protect your Second Amendment rights, and Orange Man Bad's going to take them away. He's going to take away your Second Amendment rights. Uh-huh. Yeah. I'm sure he is. Do you know that our good friend over on The View, Miss Whoopi Goldberg, was talking about how they're going to make mixed couples. Remember we were just talking about how everybody's got a little bit of somebody. You're Heinz 57 nowadays. There is no denying it. There are no pure bloods. There is no, oh, I'm 100% pure Irish, baby. You remember how we were talking about that? She said they're going to bust up multi racial families and separate them. And they're going to take the white women and marry them off to white guys against their will. Can you fucking believe that? Can you believe that? I dare anyone in this house right now, anyone in here, to say, well, Loki, I think they will. Because I'll look at you and I'll be like, I think you crazy. Do you really believe that they're going to break up multiracial families and separate them and marry the white women off to other white men? Do you really think they're going to do that? Oh, I think it's possible. Well, yeah, I think you're possibly crazy. We know they are not going to do that. Yeah, Arwen. Yes. Yes. She actually said it. Look it up. You can look it up. You can go on Twitter right now. Just look up Whoopi View multiracial marriage or whatever. That bitch is nuts. Absolutely nuts. JD Vance's wife isn't white. Yeah. Andy knows. It's not that hard to figure out. It's not that hard to look at and go, wow, they really are like trying to pull out all the stops and be like, Yahtzee. To the point that no one cares anymore. Do you know what this did? You know what this honestly did? It opened the door for WW2 to happen again. That's what it's done. Why? Because you've erased the meaning of something that was a warning. It was a warning. Don't be like these people that did all these horrible things. And I'm not talking about saying something mean. God, I say something mean all the time. I say something mean almost every day. It's not the end of the epping world that someone says something mean. You would think it is, though, if you listen to them. Oh, can you believe that? He didn't shake Trudeau's hand. Trudeau can suck it on his knees with some knee pads, just like the other chick. Yeah, I said it. Come and arrest me, Trudeau. I said something mean on the internet. Oh, no. Oh. This is the dumbest, absolute dumbest shit you will ever hear. Oh, they said something mean. I was hearing mean shit my first year in first grade. I heard mean shit every year I was growing up. You know what's funny? You know what's really funny? It wasn't funny at the time. When I moved here as a kid, when I moved to Texas as a kid, there was a really cool black kid I hung out with. And it was in first or second grade. I can't remember. I was in the Boy Scouts. And these two kids thought it would be funny to tell him that I called him the N-word. Guys, I moved here from California. I never even heard the word before. I didn't know what the hell it meant. So they tell him that. His parents get all pissy. I don't even know what the hell the word means. And his parents get into it with my parents. I was practically, because my mom was such in her own little universe. I had a black nanny that took care of me when I was a kid. I'd go over to her house, and I'd be over to her house for hours almost every single day. I had no idea what the hell the word meant. They thought it was funny. And by the time the parents finally got involved and everything came out, they apologized, but I never went back over there and hung out with him again after that. It was really weird. It was a really weird experience when you're a kid, and that shit gets thrown in there. And I was bitter. I was bitter for a while. I was like, fuck that. Screw that. I'm your friend, and you're going to believe these two little shitheads? Ninja. Yeah, I said ninja. Ninja, vanish. And I wasn't gonna deal with it. I wasn't gonna deal with any of it. It's funny. It's funny how people use things to try and frame someone as evil. Orange Man Bad didn't massacre thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of Jews. He didn't massacre people that want to get their parts changed. He didn't massacre people for being the wrong skin color. In fact, you've got awards that were presented to him along with Muhammad Ali. I mean, he stood on a stage with Muhammad Ali and accepted an award for being who he is and bringing hope to people. But he is evil incarnate. He is horrible. DTS isn't just about getting him out of the way. It's about ruining him for life. It's about ruining his reputation for life. It's about having him go down in the history books. And they know that. That's why they've done that. That is what DTS is about. In the history books, New York City, Donald J. Trump, Trump Plaza, blah, 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 Yahtzee, blah, blah, blah. They want to ruin his reputation even after he's gone. Why? Why would they want to do that, Loki? Why would they spend the time and the effort to do that? Because he walked away. He walked away. Have you ever had a girlfriend or a boyfriend that wasn't content with parting civilly? You go your way, I'll go my way. It's been fun. It's been grand. How many of you out there have been in a relationship where they said, no, 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 no. I'm going to make your life hell. I'm going to call your friends. I'm going to call your family. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Because I want to make you look horrible and ruin your reputation and the way everybody feels about you. How many of you have ever been in a relationship like that? I was in a marriage like that. We sat down at the end of the day. We sat down and we said, okay, we'll write everything out. We will part amicably. This is what we will do. And you go your way, I'll go my way. No, it was all, I think this is for the best, and I love you, and these are my faults, and I know you had your faults, but I had my faults. Everything was all cool until it happened. And then it was, I'm going to call everybody up, and I'm going to try and ruin you and make you look like ass. Go right ahead. It took me a while to figure that out. It took me a while to go right ahead. By all means, go right ahead. And the more it went on, and the more she screeched and screamed and threw tantrums and threw a fit and pulled her hair out, the more people saw just what a bucket of fucking crazy I dealt with for over 8 years. You spoiled, contentious little brat. And that's exactly what I was dealing with, was a spoiled, contentious little brat. That I said, you know what, enough is enough. Donald Trump said, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not doing this. I will do something. I'll go my own way. And they hate him for it. And they've done everything they can to try and ruin his reputation. Because he was the guy. He was the man. He was the one at all their dinners. He was the one throwing them parties. He was the one going, hey, have you met this person? You met this person? Da, 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 da. Let's bring you together. We'll talk. He was the guy. And they absolutely hate that he turned their backs on him. They absolutely hate that he went and did his own thing. How dare you? So again, I ask you the question. If they will do all this to him, just imagine what they would do to you. They would ruin your life. They would throw you under the bus. After jail's been thrown on top of it, they would throw you under the bus. I'm sorry, I'm not going to support people like that. I'm not. You are here to help us. You are in a position of power and governance to help us, not to help every third world country that has their hand out, not to help another country fight a war, not to do all this bullshit while you make money, because that's exactly what they've been doing. They've been making a lot of money. Your job is to serve us, the people. That's why you're in your position, is to help us. Not take care of us, not provide for us, but to help us and to keep the country running and running strong. The more they promise you free shit, the more they have the knife at the ready to stab you and take everything you have instead of just something, because then they own it. Well, we gave it all to you, so we own everything you have. And they all have. Jill, they all have. All of them. I don't trust any of them. And they're all pointing their finger at someone else saying it's your fault. So what can you do? What can you do as we get out of here, as we sign off for the day, as we say goodbye? So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, goodbye. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. I've never done a whole hour of politics on my own. Usually it's someone else. It's I bring someone in and we talk or we go back and forth. Go out and vote, because that's all you can do. Is pray that you get someone that actually gives a shit about you and not just themselves, not just about making money. They are scared, and with good reason. There is a truth yet to be told, and when it comes out, they are cooked. They've spent the last 4 years rewriting history again. They had 8 of it under Obama. They had 8 years. If you don't vote, you don't have a right to bitch. That's right. That's right. Go on and vote. Don't do it because you want to bitch. Do it because you want to see something else besides the shit we've had over the last 4 years. That right there. Guys, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. Each and every one of you. I hit my damn microphone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening this morning. I know it's not the normal mornings of Mischief, YouTube talk or Taco Tuesday or whatever. But thank you. Tomorrow, we are having a party, because tomorrow is the Mischief Maker's 45th birthday. Yay! Halfway to 90. So tomorrow's my birthday. I just want to chill. I'll probably throw some invites out to some wonderful people in the morning. If you haven't got a message from me by like tonight and you want to come on in the morning, DM me, send me a message. If I forgot to send you something, my apologies. So YouTube talk will be kind of like a hangout. I want to hear about you guys. I want to hear what's going on. I want to see you guys. If I could ask for a gift for my birthday, it would be getting to hear from you guys and getting to hear how it's going on. I have got a doctor's appointment later today to find out when I'm going to be having surgery on my foot. Probably not a if. Last time I talked to them, he said it should have healed, 3 months ago. And that I'm looking at surgery. So I'll find out today what's going on. My appointment's at 2:30. I should be on Talk Hard. If I'm not, something bad must have happened. Hopefully, if I'm not at the beginning, I'll be there a little late. But the hospital I go to is only like 30 minutes down the road from me. So, guys, take care. Be excellent to each other. Always speak friend to enter. And thank you again for being here today. It means everything. Light the fires and kick the tires, Valhalla. You're great. You're excellent. Keep being excellent, and always speak friend to enter.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.